Next, we meet another man with a love for music. Our story takes us to Hendersonville, where a man preserves those big band sounds of the 1920s and 30s. Producer Doug Stacker shows us how he's on a musical journey to share the magic of spinning those old 78s.
There's nothing electrical about it. Crank it by hand. This is what people did. This was the technology of the day. The bigger the needle, the louder it'll play. I'm Russ Wilson. I'm a professional musician, record collector, amateur music historian. It started when I was about 9 or 10 years old and just finding a little handful of records, about a half a dozen. I owe it all to my dad, but he loved Reader's Digest. He bought almost every one of those Reader's Digest box sets. Those big box sets come with 8 or 10 records in them. One was an album set called The Great Band Era, 1936 to 1945, and another one was called In the Groove with the Kings of Swing. And I listened to those records religiously. That experience kind of patterned the rest of my life. I loved that music. I knew I wanted to play that music. The tagline that I've been getting being a vintage band leader is the Paul Whiteman of the 21st century. Doing the Paul Whiteman music and the band leader and keeping this music alive and bringing it to a new and younger audience. Well, folks, this is the museum, as my friends and family call it. This is where the majority of the antique phonographs live. 29 phonographs, 2 sets of vintage hi-fi gear, the 64 Wurlitzer jukebox, and between the 33s, 45s, and the 78s, but mostly 78s, over 5,000. And here we have the record room. I guess this is truly the heart and soul of my collection. This houses all the 78s. All this here is jazz and dance band 78s, 20s through early 40s. It's owning your own little piece of history. You know, you have these records. I mean, granted, you can listen to it on a CD any time of the day, but to actually have this record in your hands and put it on a turntable or put it on a phonograph in there, you know, it's a piece of history that you own and you can listen to it.
In the groove, in the groove, in the groove, in the groove, in the groove with Russ and Jimmy.
Welcome to another night, another edition of In the Groove. I'm your host, Russ Wilson, and I'm an old-fashioned disc jockey for 2 hours and playing records on the air and have a ball doing it. Everything that I play is right there in the studio on a turntable. I do not digitize anything. The overall response was good. Have got listeners from all parts of the world. They talk about you know, the Roaring '20s and the 30s, 40s, the swing era. That time period is a very, to me, it's all about style and class, and you know, there have been a lot of times I've visualized myself in your own little world, in your own little section of time that you can just kind of drift off to and think about how you would have been in that era.